TPA outweighs all of case in terms of all. TPA is critical to passing TPP. Is the deadline will pass in a few days from now. TPA, the Asian countries will never trust the U.S. Congress to not make terrible amendments to the bill. TPP is critical to leadership in Asia and also critical to revitalizing the global economy. That was Goto because in Japan right now the economy is crumbling. There's conflict in the South China Sea, and without United States legitimacy within the South China Sea area and within the economic presence of Asia, there will never be any stability within there. That could escalate easily the global economic collapse, nuclear war, because those countries are some of the most important keystones of the global economy. However, their impact is absolutely not terminal. We've survived the internet for millennia. Internet localization is definitely not a threat, and we've even lived through the Cold War and both world wars without internet globalization. And also, just because we cannot access other countries' internet doesn't mean anything, and if you give them full weight of that, remember, they don't have any impacts other than some for a few diseases and reading weather, and TPA economic collapse definitely outweighs that on probability. Obama's legitimately pushing for the bill's right to second within Congress. The plan decimates his PC, this was all conceded, and that means that destroys the chances of passing TPA. GOP will backlash on him. And if GOP backlashes on him, we never pass TPA, that leads directly to our TPP impact, and so that means that we have 100% probability if you pass the plan. However, the plan has really low probability of actually causing internet localization, as PRISM has been in effect for years now, and no country has actually localized its internet just because of PRISM. And also, I really doubt that having PRISM stay in the status quo as it is for a few more years is going to cause this impact. So it's a really low probability. The time frame, which is the same time frame, makes their both impacts predicated on United States credibility, and since credibility declines at roughly the same rate, it doesn't really matter on time frame. How we outweigh and everything else onto the line behind. They say that ISIS dumps, however that's not true. Extend our Bahudi 619 Garden Davis says that Obama's passing it right this second. Right now, people are promising to vote for him. This is the only thing on Obama's docket right now. Elections will not dump this because right now it's been proven that politically, and even inside his lame duck here, Republicans, the opposite party, want to help Obama pass this bill. That means lame duck does not apply here. Also, extend how Obama has put a capital in the status quo, Fabian 616. Our post dates are and our authors from The Hill, which is a highly qualified political news source. He talks about how Obama right now is barely passing it. Many Republican and Democratic senators have promised them their votes, and while their evidence on this is from a blog, and I really doubt it's accurate, and also it doesn't actually say that Obama has no police seat, it just says it's harder for him to pass. Also, perception is better due to surveillance because right now, the surveillance is causing Obama to have a decent perception, so it gives him a chance of passing it. However, if he destroys this, all the security hawks through the Congress will instantly hate him, destroy everything. This is an internal link that they don't access. The only thing they have left is a link turn on TTIP. However, that's not true because, first of all, even if they do get this whole link turn, getting rid of PRISM is key to having TTIP. That doesn't matter because the only impacts we have are predicated off of TPP, which is Trans-Pacific, not among Europe. Also, they don't access the Europe advantage. This card was read way too late and the sources aren't qualified. But no, that's not a link turn. And finally, Fiat doesn't solve the link. This was not extended to the last speech. And so TPA definitely outweighs all plan. They've said nothing else on this. Also, extend our Maherly 15 card. This is our link that they dropped in 1NC. It shows how PRISM is actually going to absolutely decimate GOP competence because GOP right now is fighting for surveillance and how we need surveillance to stop terrorism. And even if they're completely wrong, they're still necessary to pass TPA. So if we infuriate them with your app, that would cause terrible devastation upon TPA and the bill's passage. On to case. On the internet localization advantage, they say that they have faster type to talk. That's not true. We're both legitimacy predicated impacts. It doesn't matter. Also, they say our claims are being pretty stoner. However, all of our evidence from 14 or 15, that doesn't imply. The status quo does solve because Obama's perception right now is strong enough, even if it doesn't actually stop anything. Surveillance doesn't matter because all of your impacts are predicated off of surveillance and the perception of us stopping surveillance. Since Obama promised publicly that he will stop surveillance, our Marquis card says that Obama's a very qualified leader to other world leaders and that people will start beginning to trust him. That will revitalize the tech industry. Nothing bad's gonna happen. And finally, there's no terminal impact in internet freedom, so TPA definitely outweighs in Turner's case, even if you give full credit of that. On Econ, first of all, we access their internal links better because TPA is definitely more critical to solving for it. They conceding cross-checks of the one of the 2AC that they only solved for $35 billion in the U.S. economy, which is a pitiful amount. While having TPA will revitalize the economy, TPP will allow us to save other countries' economies, bolster new trade deals with Asia, and just allow for a more fluid global economy. That's definitely going to affect the economy more than $35 billion. So you're going to vote negative based on how this side outweighs in terms of case. We solve for econ and hegemony, and they actually only solve for a little bit of internet credibility.